Hey guys, welcome back to the CNJ show. I have my favorite gin and juice here, and I have my sister Neek here, and we're going to be talking about the KENNEKA Jenkins case. For some of you that may have not heard this story, it was a 19-year-old girl, KENNEKA Jenkins. She went along with her two friends to go to a party, and I guess I don't know if they was drinking, and things got in the hand. She ended up leaving out the room, and she was found dead in the freezer. So now we're going to take it and just put our own little things to it, because we do know that since it came out, we never really knew exactly what happened, because they were saying so many people was editing things, just doing a bunch of stuff, and we really never, ever knew exactly what was going on. So, I'm going to start with you, Neek. Okay. Wait, guys. Remind you, she's from Chicago, and I did watch a lot of her Facebook things. She's a pretty girl. In Chicago, I guess, they like their way of chilling is being basically on the street, the block, having fun, doing whatever. So she is used to the atmosphere that she was in. She do go to things like this. But this is where I'm going to ask you, Neek. When she first was coming into the building with her two friends, she was looking... You know how like somebody just looking around like as if they're new to the place and didn't really, like you kind of just looking, trying to get a feel for it. Like, wow, okay, I've never been here before. Mm-hmm. Okay, something about the way she was even looking then. I know she was saying she did not want to go. Mm-hmm. But with everything that was going on and the way that she was looking, just asking you this and then we'll go to some stuff. Do you think because she was already saying she did not want to go, she probably had just stayed home because she just didn't seem comfortable at all?
Yeah, definitely. I think that if you're going somewhere that you're unsure of, whether it is, it might be the area, or it might be, some people that you maybe never hung out with, and you might be going there with a friend that you don't trust 100%. We all have people that is like, okay, well, I know if something go down, I wouldn't want to be with this person because I don't feel like they have my back. Yeah. So I think like with her, being in a situation like that, if you felt uncomfortable, you felt like you didn't want to go, because most teenagers want to be a part of everything. So I do think it was a reason why maybe she didn't want to go. Maybe she wasn't fond of the people that was going to be there, or, I'm not sure. But, definitely if she didn't feel comfortable, she definitely shouldn't have went. No.
Yeah, because you see, I know that her mom is a cancer patient. So I know her mom said she just had got her surgery. And then her boyfriend had just went to jail. Mm. And she was supposed to have I guess the following day or two, start a new job doing CNA work or something like that. Now, one of the friends was like, yeah, come on. And she probably just went because you know how that is. She was the one with the car. Yeah. And a mom car, so it's always that friend. They're like, girl, listen, let's just go. Yeah, and we'll... Using you. Yeah, and as soon as we get there, if you still feel like you don't want to be there, it's somebody already there to take us home. Right. And then you could just leave. Yeah. Jen, let me ask you this. Do you feel, because they were saying that their friends set her up, do you give those girls that much of credit? I know it was a very just slimy, grimy thing to do, but do you think they set her up?
Personally, no. I don't think they set her up. I think if anything happened, it may have been more of an accident. And maybe they tried to cover it up. Maybe she took something bad or whatever it is. But I don't think they went there knowing that they was gonna kill her. No.
Okay, and one more thing to ask. Do you believe in this about the whole trafficking with the body parts? Do you think that's something made up, or do you believe it?
I think it's a real thing. I think it was a real thing because it was a similar case to this boy, high school boy. He was found in like the mat, the floor of the gym, the rolled up mats.
Mm-hmm.
He was found in that, and they said that he was missing body parts and stuff like that. And it's just like, where did his body parts go? They didn't walk out of his body. Someone took them for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I do believe in that. Was she missing parts?
Well, we seen the pictures when she was in the freezer. I didn't see nothing that she was missing. She was, everything was there. Mm-hmm. But people was saying like, okay, this is what happened. They bring the people, this hotel is used to doing all that kind of stuff like that.
Okay.
So basically, now the thing that really spooked me out with this whole thing, and it had me really, I was just very upset with the friends, the security, with everybody, because you see her. One, let me say this. I know people try to cover their behinds when they know, like, okay, it don't matter what. If you come with somebody, I guess they get lost or something goes on. People do blame you for that, or try to at least ask you what was going on. My thing is, when she was walking in each and every hall, I was just trying to figure out, like, you mean to tell me this whole hall is clear? Like, this girl is stumbling, walking from side to side, stumbling into stuff, and nobody did not recognize her to catch up with her. Even the friends, I know they said they was only gone just for a couple of seconds to go in there to get her keys and phone. And she was supposed to be sitting down on the floor. They left her sitting on the floor in the hall and was getting her keys and phone.
But I'll tell you this, from personal experience, from going to like hotels and, things like that, I do know that a lot of times there aren't security, in hallways and things like that. Now, most of the security that they might do have is like people that are at the front desk, like checking you in and out. But I don't think that every hotel place will have like cameras just looking on every, every single floor like that. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, it might be like one of those what do you call it? Those loss prevention people that's like just sitting inside of like the security room.
Yeah, and too, the security or whoever had to tell them about 3 times that I guess the next door neighbors was saying they were complaining they was being way too loud. So
what time was this? Like that late night, or
maybe even around maybe 11, 12, because I know she said, they got there kind of early. But the party really didn't kick off till probably about 12 or 1.
So I'm saying by the time that she started walking and roaming the halls, it was probably around 1, 2, something like that.
Yeah, and everybody had this.
So most likely the hotels are probably people are asleep. So it could have been when she just, unfortunately for her, at that time,
I mean, and she was walking every single where.
Yeah, and you can do that at a hotel. Most people that's at hotels are normally people that are from out of town, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna, you're passing out, but you're so exhausted from doing whatever in the city, or whether you were there on a job thing or whatever. It's like, for the most part, people at hotels around 12 o'clock even, it's dead already. You know what I'm saying? Like
even if you have all those cameras that they had at the front desk, because I know it was a suite, so they had about a lot of cameras.
I mean, that'd be something for the security, but it's like you can't really say it because you gotta understand the way that a computer look, how somebody walking on the security is not as clear as what somebody looked like actually walking in like real life. So they probably ain't even pay attention to it. They probably just saw her and she was walking, then looked again and she, seen her walking again. Like
Maybe they just didn't want to be bothered. A lot of them be lazy.
That's true too. Maybe like, oh, she drunk and
they don't want to be bothered with that. Like,
yeah, but she was like stumbling.
Oh, she was stumbling everywhere.
Yeah, like she was literally side to side, like stumbling. If you look into her face, she looked totally out of it. That's not a look of a drunk person.
It seemed like it was more than that. Like she took something, or they
Yeah,
gave
it could
her
be.
something.
It could be pills.
Like they drugged.
Well, see, that's the thing. Nancy Grace, the lady, who I guess do this, she said, well, what they did find in her, it was a pill that was for a seizure. It was a seizure medication that she did mix. I mean, that she had with alcohol. That's what had her like that. So the thing was, it was saying who gave her that pill, or was she already having to take something like this, maybe for her own self, because she had seizures, or
most likely she might have seizures, because a lot of people have seizures. So it could be where she was just taking it and not thinking, because a lot of times even us, if we get on the medication for even if it's just a short period of time, it'll tell you like, okay, don't mix with alcohol. You know what I mean? So more than likely she probably took the pill and didn't even think nothing about it. She's at a party and she, just getting drunk, just drinking and not realizing the effects of it. So
you don't think, so basically just asking, do you think foul play was involved? Like somebody raped her? Or just, it was, you don't think so?
No. From what I've seen and heard, it just looks like, unfortunately, it was just, being around people that don't care enough. Young people are too cool to be bothered for the most part. And that it was just unfortunate for her that she was around those type of people, when she's going through something like that, and being at a certain type of hotel where, security might, like Jen said, maybe they were just being lazy. They might have saw her and didn't go and see like, okay, well, where's your room, or where's your group, or whatever, because you don't look too good, to come and just check up on a person to see like, okay, are you lost, or what's going on, whatever it could have been, to kind of like help her to get to the right place. But it was just unfortunate for her, and she ended up at the wrong place at the wrong time, and getting caught up in a freezer that, like they say, they didn't use anymore, or whatever it was. I just think that it was just unfortunate.
And her shoe was off, and then she had a scrape on her feet, like somebody dragged her. Her hair was very soaking wet, and her lip was bust.
She might have fell. Normally, when you're that drunk and you're stumbling like that,
a guy said that too.
Yeah, when you, I mean, we know people personally that have fell down and gave themselves a closed eye, from hitting the wall, hitting the bricks, on the floor, or whatever it is.
So you don't think that was strange, too, Jen, that where it's like, when she do find a spot to actually go, she end up resting to sit down inside of the freezer in the beginning of as soon as you walk in, as if somebody placed her there. You didn't see that was strange, Jen?
No, because if I'm judging by her previous behavior, like stumbling and things like that, I think even if she was drunk or high or both, the first thing you lose is your judgment. So I think her just finding anywhere to sit or whatever, and it just so happened to be a freezer. And was she froze to death in there?
They said it was that there was something.
Hypothermia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
So she, it's just unfortunate, I feel like.
And the button was right there just to push it, and she could have just.
But she didn't
she wasn't locked in?
No, it just was right there. She could have just pushed it.
Yeah, she ended up in the wrong. Like I said, she went in there, and probably the first place, because one thing about it, when you get drunk, you get hot, you start sweating. She already had on a jacket, walking up and down all that. She probably was exhausted walking up and down, like you said, every hallway or whatever. And probably the first piece of air, it probably felt good to her, not realizing it was too cold.
And she may have passed out.
Yeah, more than likely, she might have. Once she got it.
Now, one of the friends did too say that the elevator had the key. I guess this type of hotel, you have to use the key to get into the elevator. So I'm like, there's no way that could have been going on, because this girl, she was in and out of elevators. And I ain't see her with no key. Not that I would be able to see it, but I'm just saying how she knew.
Like she took the staircases or something.
No, she was in and out of elevators. Oh,
actually, elevators.
Yeah, you see her coming in and out the elevators. But guys, we're gonna end this. And the only thing, like, okay, this is our little closing with it, and I just want everybody to know, whether it's the females, guys, whoever. Listen, if you feel a way about something and you really don't want to go, and I understand friends and best friends, they can make you do a lot of stuff, but you have to listen to your own judgment, because this was something that should have never, ever happened, being due to the fact that she didn't go by herself. Now, if you're going to go to a party, you're going to do anything, at least go with some people that maybe they don't, if they do drink, they're not the ones to get toe up to where, and y'all just look out for each other, because this here, we don't know what, nobody really knows what happened, but I just know it was something that could have been avoided if the friends wasn't so guy hungry and everybody was sitting up there just drinking and everybody just thinking about sex. She could have still been here.
Yeah, that's
because she could have rested on the bed. They got her up even off the bed. So I'm not trying to, go into anything, but with it, this was just something sure was just, giving our little things, but most definitely, guys, please trust your own judgment with things.
And not only that, friends too. I mean, if you with somebody or whatever, make sure the same people that you came with is the same people that you leave with. If you're in this place and you don't see this person, go out immediately and see where they are, and make sure that they are somewhere safe and they're not, even if they is messing up your buzz or your fun because they didn't got too drunk and they couldn't handle themselves or whatever. I mean, look, take them home if that's what it comes down to. But just make sure everybody is safe.
Yeah, because this is how a lot of people get missing. Remember what happened?
Yeah.
The boy he left, and all the friends like, oh, well, where he at? Well, I don't know. I thought you was taking him home.
Right.
Oh, no, I thought you. And then that's how things go on. It's too many thoughts because everybody, like
Assuming,
I said, sex.
assumptions.
Yeah. Everybody's sex happy.
Right.
Now, what, Jen, what's your thing to it?
My thing is, I think it's important to, like y'all said, know who your friends are, and basically just try to be as aware as possible. I know she was very young, so she couldn't have imagined something like that happening to her. But I think you just have to have your guard up at all times, and don't get so sloppy drunk, or don't get so high where you don't know what's going on, or you have to be, wandering halls and things like that out of your mind. I do think that, you just have to be more cautious.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, that's it, guys. And I guess y'all check us on the next thing. And again, thank you guys for this. It has been an amazing road for us.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, continue to just keep it's a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing with new content and trying to just do little stuff for you guys too. You're going to see the button. We want you guys, the newcomers, to join in. We got some exclusive perks coming and all this good stuff. So we gone.
All right.